Everyone. Welcome to the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Barbara Kane, a licensed spiritual practitioner through the Centers of Spiritual Living, an international organization that represents having the world that works for everyone. This morning, I'm delighted to be bringing you a meditation during which I will do a reading in the beginning, and then we'll have silent meditation for about 15 minutes. And then after that, another reading and prayer to end the meditation. So this morning, I'm reading, as I often do, from 365 Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes. And the theme that I've chosen is the immutability of the law. There is a power in which all things are possible. The power or law of mind is right where we are, and we use it with every thought we think. We take our inspiration from God's Spirit dwelling within us as we cause the law to operate for us at this level of consciousness. When Jesus said that we should seek first the kingdom of heaven and everything else would be added, he was telling us that when our consciousness lifts itself above confusion and enters the peace of the Spirit, then our word spoken from this center is acted upon immutably, producing the desired effect. We are not making the prayer work or using spiritual mind treatment to force things to happen any more than we would be compelling a reflection of our likeness to be cast from a mirror when we stand in front of it. Believing in the immutable law of mind is simply aligning ourselves with this law. There is nothing that we need to compel for our word to operate, nor is there anything in me that can hinder its operation. And so I know that standing still, operating from the divine center of my own consciousness, I announce the truth, and the truth makes me free. And now I invite you all to take a deep breath. And as you're releasing that breath, release any stiffness in your body, any tension, anything that began your day, and experience just the presence of peace of the Spirit within you. And now let's go into silent meditation. And now I invite you to bring your attention back into the body and back into the room. And as you feel comfortable to do so, open your eyes as I speak a blessing on our morning meditation. Since the whole secret of divine guidance lies in the ability to accept it today, I affirm that I do accept it. I do believe that Spirit goes before and prepares the way. I do know that every thought and act is governed and guided by a superior intelligence. There is something in me that knows what to do. It not only knows what to do, it impels me to act upon what it knows. This very acceptance flows forth into action through me. Always there is an inner, quiet, persistent confidence, a non-resistant but complete acceptance, an inward flowing with the stream of life, knowing it carries me safely and surely to my destination and to the accomplishment of every good purpose. This is divine guidance, and I surrender to it. And so it is. Thank you for joining me this morning for this morning's meditation, and I invite you to join us in just a few minutes at 10:15 when our regular service begins. Have a beautiful day.
Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Thank you for my health, Spirit, thank you for my health. Thank you for my health, Spirit, thank you for my health. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant health. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant health. Thank you for my life, Spirit, thank you for my life. Thank you for my life, Spirit, thank you for my life. My glorious, my glorious, my glorious life. My glorious glorious, my glorious, my glorious life. Thank you for my wealth, Spirit, thank you for my wealth. Thank you for my wealth, Spirit, thank you for my wealth. My opulent, my opulent, my opulent wealth. My opulent, my opulent, my opulent wealth. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for this day, Spirit. I want to thank you. I want to thank you. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Every day I say thank you for this day.
Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. You will do amazing things with a choice each new day brings, and with every step you take. Bless the progress that you make. The reason you live is there in every gift you give. Love your life, love your dreams. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Oh, the places you will go and the people you will know. Don't worry when, or where, or how. You don't need to know that now. You're on the right track. No need to look ahead or back. Just enjoy what this day brings. You will do amazing things. You don't have to work it out. Just stay in the here and now. Let your mind rest for a little while.
All right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. One life living is you and me. Yeah. One light shining is you and me. Yeah. One love loving is you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. All right. One life living is you and me. Yeah. One light shining is you and me. One love loving is you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. I'm shining from the inside out. I'm so happy. I just wanna shout. One life living is you and me. One light shining is you and me. One love loving is you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. One life living is you and me. One light shining is you and me. One love loving is you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. I'm shining from the inside out. I'm so happy. I just wanna shout. One life living is you and me. One light shining is you and me.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living and our Sunday celebration service. Thank you very much to Heather Abbott for that beautiful opening video. I absolutely loved all the amazing colors that were in it. For those of you who may not know me, my name is Dusty Rippelmeyer, and I have the honor and the privilege of being this community's spiritual director. Our center, the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living, is part of a larger organization called Centers for Spiritual Living. Centers for Spiritual Living is a practical and positive philosophy, faith, and way of life, a global community of over 450 spiritual centers, teaching chapters, and special focus ministries in 30 countries worldwide. Our community is the spiritual home for a diverse group of people who are seeking a deep and abiding relationship with each other and the God of their understanding. We are a powerful spiritual community, lovingly committed to a world of acceptance, compassion, peace, and joy. We gather together to express love, celebrate life, grow spiritually, practice radical acceptance and inclusion, and connect with one another. What we are really about is providing a supportive community where we can explore our own spiritual path and connect to the divinity within us. Formally, our purpose is to inspire, educate, and empower individuals to experience themselves as unique and individualized expressions of God. We do this within a sacred and supportive community that welcomes everyone just as they are. Our mission is the transformation of our personal lives into being a powerful and beneficial presence on the planet. We do this through celebration, service, study, fellowship, and the energy of unconditional love. Our vision is a world that actually does work for all. We do this by consciously practicing the truth of our oneness and unity with God in our everyday lives. No matter where you are on your spiritual path, you are always, always welcome here. So we have a couple of upcoming announcements. And the first is that we have a new space that we'll be using a number of times over the course of the summer. And the new space is on Powell Street. It's the Powell Drive Neighborhood Center. And we will be there on Sunday, June 14th, Sunday, July 5th and 19th, and Sundays, August 2nd and 9th. This space, I think, is going to be just perfect for us. It fits about 75 people, so it'll be an opportunity for us to grow into the space. There's quite a bit of parking. It's in a neighborhood area. There's kind of a park around it, so we could do potlucks. They have a warming kitchen. We could do potlucks and sit outside if we would like to do that. So there are a number of really wonderful things about it. And we are still in this moment, kind of a church in the box, as we call it. And that means that we have to carry everything in. They have chairs and tables there for us, but they do not set them up. So we have to set them up. Everything else we bring in from our cars and ultimately take back out into our cars. So we need some volunteers to assist us to do this. We typically have a plethora of people following the service to restore the space, but what we actually need is a few people to assist Heather and I to get everything into the room, to set up the room, and to create the container that our service will unfold within. So if that is you, which I'm hoping that it is, at least one or two people to assist us each one of those Sundays there that are on the screen, we would love for you to reach out at info@trianglecsl.org and let Heather and I know that you could come and join us probably between 8 and 8:30 to set up the space. just, choose 1 or 2 Sundays throughout the summer. And that would so immensely assist Heather and I to be able to get everything ready for the service to unfold within. So just think about it and really strongly consider it, and then reach out at info@Triangle CSL and let Heather and I know which date or dates that you are willing to join us early, and we will personally connect with you about it. Until then, all of the other dates during those months and these last 2 Sundays in May 24th and May 31st, we will be online only, at least in this moment. If something changes, we will, of course, let you know as soon as possible. As we continue to announce, our 2026 Wednesday evening services have changed. They do, however, continue to be a midweek spiritual pick-me-up. The new concept is called A Year of Value. It is a journaling self-study program in which you will receive a quality each week on Wednesday by email. It will come along with all kinds of resources to grow that particular quality in your life. By focusing on the many different aspects of leading an exemplary life, we believe that it will support participants in making 2026 truly a year of value. To sign up, once again, you can send an email to info@trianglecsl.org indicating your desire to participate. Really, you'd only need one email to say that you'd like to participate, and then let us know which Sundays you're going to volunteer. Easy. It's easy. Before moving on, I would like to thank Barbara Kane for her beautiful meditation. Thank you so very much, Babs. And now please welcome her back to the show, to the stage.
Hi again, everybody. And let's see, today I'm going to just introduce the theme again for the year 2026 is open at the top. The theme for May is divine doubt, and Reverend Dusty's message is carrying the doubt together. And I'd also like to invite you to join me in welcoming Diane Carnes, who will be assisting this morning with the blessing of all faiths.
We are now going to do our blessings of all faiths. And I'd like you to welcome to the front my husband John and Marianne. The Triangle Center for Spiritual Living honors the diversity and threads of truth that run through all spiritual paths as represented by this ceremony. Christianity is the path of Christ consciousness, love, and forgiveness. Buddhism is the path of compassion and understanding. Judaism is the ethical path of living by sacred law. Baha'i is the path of unity and peace. Islam is the path of submission to the will of God, the highest calling. Confucianism is the path of deliberate tradition. Taoism is the natural way, the path of ultimate reality. Native American practice and shamanic traditions are the paths of primal spirituality. Shintoism is the path of tribal ancestry. Hinduism is the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. The science of mind and spirit is the path of divine principle, the divine principle of love and law. And the heart represents the one heart, the one love, that resides at the center of all people and all beings everywhere, with no exceptions. May peace prevail on earth through the followers of all paths. Thank you. Thank you.
Good morning, fellow seekers. I'm Marianne Atwell Hardy, and I'd like to say a blessing on today's service on this amazingly beautiful day. So I invite you to just close your eyes, go within, and join me in the truth that God is present. God is present at all times and in all places, especially during this holy time where we commune together. And as I know that I am one with this amazing source of all that is, I know that each one of us also is. So I would like to say a blessing on Heather Abbott, our technology guru, who is just phenomenal with all that she does, all that she organizes days ahead, and then also brings us to life here so we can all share via the airwaves. I'd also like to say a blessing on Barbara Kane for the beautiful meditation she did in serving as the platform host today. Her consciousness is amazing. I'd like to say an amazing thanks and word of blessing to Sandy Hemingway, who will provide our music today. He's such an amazing songwriter, performer, really speaking from the heart. I'd like to bless Rev Dusty for being the hollow reed, for being open to whatever spirit moves through her. And I'd like to say a word of blessing on each person who's participating today in this service, whether it's now, whether it's later. All are welcome, all add to the consciousness that lifts the planet. So with these blessings in mind, I just release our love into the law and ask you to say with me, and so it is. And now I'm going to do a reading from Lydia Joy Laser Ayers. She says, in spiritual community, doubt, when shared and explored together, becomes a doorway to deeper faith. When we allow space for our questions and acknowledge the tender edges of what we don't know yet, we create an environment of trust in ourselves, in one another, and in the unfolding mystery of spirit. As the old adage reminds us, the opposite of faith is not doubt, it's certainty. Certainty leaves no room for growth or mystery, and no room for the evolving revelation of truth. So amazing. All right. And now, for your listening pleasure, Sandy Hemingway.
Good morning, everyone. So, this song is one I wrote when I was filled with spiritual doubt. And it was an amazing sequence of events where a friend shared an umbrella with me and for one block. And in that one block, something shifted in me. And I had a 2-hour drive home. And while I was driving, it was like, why do I feel so different? And what had shifted is I had been going through a very dark time, and I suddenly felt normal. And it was eye-opening to feel normal. And I was in a place where I could not have gotten there alone. I needed help. And this person, just by sharing an umbrella, helped me get there. This is called 95 Seconds of Normal. Seconds of normal, 95 seconds of bliss, feels out of control. A moment or two in the light that is you, and my heart is no longer so cold. You'll never see just how much I needed 25 seconds with you. I once had a life and I once had a wife and a job and a dog and a home. Then in a flash my whole future was smashed. I woke up one day all alone. As I pick up the pieces, the echoes from creatures ring silently now in my head. It's hard to be cheerful, or care or be fearful when your heart is already dead. 95 seconds of normal, 95 seconds of bliss, a 95-second reminder of all that this life has to give. Safe from the rain and removed from the pain of a life that feels out of control. A moment or two in the light that is you, and my heart is no longer so cold. You'll never see just how much I needed 95 seconds with you. So forward I trod and I prayed to my God to show me which way I should turn. No one to share, I just grow in despair, 'cause I can't and I cannot burn. So for a time I retreat to my right and play the right return song. Though they will fall, they can see I'm a fraud. And they're afraid never belong. 5 seconds of normal, 5 seconds of bliss, 95-second reminder of all that this life is to give. Safe from the rain, I'm removed from the pain of a life that feels out of control. A moment or two in the light that is you, and my life is no longer so cold. You'll never see just how much I needed 95 seconds with you. And someday I'll make it home to the kind of love I know. But until then, I'm still on the floor. Tonight, for just a while, I will. 95 seconds of normal, 95 seconds of bliss, 95-second reminder of all that this life is to give. You'll never see just how much I need in those 95 seconds with you. You'll never see just how much I need in 95 seconds with you.
Thank you so very much, Sandy. That was beautiful. Great song for today's message. Thank you so very much. So, good morning and welcome to those of you who may have just turned on your televisions or your computers at home. We are so very blessed that you have chosen to join us today. The theme for the month of May is divine doubt. And we began last week talking about self-doubt as a starting block. We explored the idea that doubt is not a flaw in human thinking, but one of its defining features. To be conscious, reflective, and aware is to encounter uncertainty. Every person, no matter how confident they may appear, has moments where their beliefs or their choices or their sense of self feels unsettled. This shared experience is part of what really connects us. Philosophers have long treated doubt as central to being human. Rene Descartes famously began his philosophical inquiry by doubting everything he could, not because he was weak, but because he recognized doubt as a path to deeper understanding. In a different way, Soren Kierkegaard saw doubt as intertwined with faith and existence itself, something that you don't eliminate, but actually live alongside of. Psychologically, doubt really emerges because we are constantly interpreting incomplete information. The brain is predictive, it's not all knowing. It fills gaps, it revises beliefs, and it questions itself. That process can really feel uncomfortable when we're going through it, but it also is what allows for growth. Without doubt, there would be no curiosity, there would be no learning, and there would be no revision of harmful or outdated ideas. What is easy to forget is that doubt is often invisible. People tend to present certainty outwardly, even though they might be feeling completely unsure internally. That mismatch makes our own doubts feel kind of isolating, like we're the only ones that ever struggle, when in reality, doubt is one of the most universal human experience. So doubt isn't something that sets us apart from other people. It's something that firmly places us squarely among them. Today, my message is entitled Carrying Our Doubt Together. While we often think of doubt as something that's very private and internal hesitation that we carry quietly, there is a parallel form that unfolds in public, and that is called collective doubt. It shows up in conversations, debates, cultural shifts, and moments when a group begins to question what it, at most of the time, had always taken for granted. And in many ways, it is just as natural as personal doubt, only louder, more visible, and harder to ignore. The CSL Theme Committee says the collective inner experience of doubt is one of the most common threads of our shared humanity, and it becomes especially obvious in times of great external turmoil. So think about the moments of division that we are experiencing today. When they dominate the headlines, we often feel the weight of an uncertainty pressing in on us. In those moments, the doubt that we feel is not just within ourselves, but the doubt that exists within the entire collective community. We hear it in our conversations, in our prayers, and in our collective consciousness. We wonder silently, or perhaps even out loud, is this truly the world that we want to live in? Is this truly the energy that we want to be experiencing? Is what is happening in the world inevitable, or is transformation possible? Can we ever get it together as a unified human family? The bottom line is that these doubts and others like them do not diminish us. They invite us into conversations, into discernment, and into action, both individually and collectively. Where personal doubt lives inside an individual mind, collective doubt lives between people. It emerges when shared assumptions no longer feel stable, when different perspectives actually collide with one another, or when new evidence unsettles old beliefs. Because it is shared, collective doubt tends to feel a little bit more disruptive. It can destabilize institutions or traditions or identities. It often looks like conflict or disagreement or protests or ideological divides. But underneath that friction is the same mechanism that operates within an individual. The recognition that something is not fully adding up here and the search for a better understanding. The CSL theme for 2026 is open at the top. Bringing our doubts into conversation within the various communities that we are a part of allows us to connect with one another more deeply and to be an integral contributor to the change that we wish to see. Unlike personal doubt, which can remain hidden, collective doubt is inherently social. It spreads through dialogue or through the media or through education or through lived experiences. One person's questioning can ripple outward, inviting others to actually reconsider their own assumptions. Over time, the process shapes the evolution of communities. Norms shift, values are negotiated, and new frameworks emerge. Collective doubt, however, is often resisted or suppressed because too much doubt can feel chaotic and even threatening. But the underlying truth is that when it's engaged rather than shut down, it becomes a powerful force for growth. By sharing and exploring our joint personal doubts, we create fertile ground for spiritual development, both individually and collectively. In that sense, doubt isn't a breakdown of unity, but it's how unity is actually redefined. In the space where communities test themselves, refine their values, and decide what still holds and what needs to change. Doubt is that space. Just as personal doubt can deepen self-understanding, shared doubt can deepen a society's understanding of itself. Collective doubt threatens more than just ideas. It unsettles the structures that give people a sense of stability, identity, and predictability. And sometimes that is what is needed in order to support the whole, in order to shift, in order to transform, in order to change. Ironically, this initial resistance is part of the process. Communities don't abandon established beliefs lightly because those beliefs often serve important functions. But when doubt persists, when it reflects real gaps, or when it reflects real tensions, when it reflects a real need for something to change, it tends to resurface and spread, and eventually force some kind of reckoning. The suppression may delay change, but it rarely eliminates the underlying questions. It's how societies adapt rather than stagnating. Now, it can feel like the doubts we wrestle with are uniquely ours, private, even isolating, but most of them aren't original in that sense. They're shaped by deeper patterns that we all share. The quiet inheritance of culture, of language, of memory, and of what psychology often points to as the collective unconsciousness. Carl Jung argued that beneath our personal experiences lies a layer of shared symbols and tendencies that subtly shape how we interpret ourselves and the world. Ernest Holmes called it race consciousness, and it serves as the reservoir for all of the collective doubt of the world, past, present, and future. We are all subject to and receive the input of that collective unconsciousness. So even if we don't fully resonate with that idea literally, it does speak to the idea that we absorb ways of doubting. Fears about not being enough, uncertainty around belonging, or hesitation in the face of risk. These kinds of doubts and many others like them show up across all people because they're reinforced by common human experience and social conditioning. Our specific story is our own, but the structure of the doubt typically is not. That's why when people speak honestly about what they're feeling, about what is going on with them, about the doubts that are living within them, their inner struggles tend to echo one another. They're very similar across all people. Once doubt is named, it becomes something that we can work with rather than something that quietly directs us. We can test it, question it, and even negotiate it. Some doubts point to real limitations or risks that are worth respecting. Others, on the other hand, are inherited scripts that don't hold up under scrutiny. But we can't tell the difference until we name them, until we bring them out into the open. When individuals begin to articulate their doubts with each other, they often discover how widely shared they are. What felt like a private flaw turns out to be a common human pattern. That recognition doesn't erase the doubt, but it changes our relationship to it. And sometimes that's all that it takes. It becomes less isolating, more workable, something that we can carry with awareness rather than something that quietly defines us. Moving forward, then, isn't about eliminating doubt. It's about developing a clearer language for it. The more precisely we can name what we are experiencing, the more agency we will have in choosing how to respond. Collectively, we are probably living in one of the most doubt-producing times in human history, or at least it feels that way. So much is changing in the world around us. Everything feels unbelievable and overwhelming. We are facing something that none of us has ever faced before, and it's causing even the most conscious of us to go into fear, doubt, and worry. We are inundated with media bias and more polarized opinions than ever before. Bombarded with all kinds of conflicting information, it feels as though the ground that we are standing upon is made up entirely of sand. People who have children or older parents worry that they can't keep them safe. People who have been blessed with jobs worry about losing them. People with mental health issues feel even more intensely challenged. People with health issues struggle to make appointments within an acceptable amount of time and then struggle with how to pay for the care that they do receive. People that worked hard to attain certain alienable rights are finding them being taken away. Schools, businesses, charitable organizations, restaurants, and others are struggling to keep their doors open. Every day we see on the news or read online about the harshness of the world, about the things that people can and often do to each other, about the cruelty imposed upon young children or animals or the planet, to name just a few of the events that bring up all kinds of emotions, including doubt for each and every single one of us. The CSL Theme Committee says rather than turning away from our collective personal doubt, we're called to embrace doubt as an opportunity to dive deeper into the most pressing questions that we as individuals and communities face. Often, the irritation of a persistent doubt or other concern provides the motivation and the focus needed to understand, explore, and grow both individually and communally. Pushing this doubt away ignores the opportunity it is presenting us with. As a community of individuals, each with their own doubts, learning to understand and work with doubts together support us in becoming a more inclusive and communities open to new ideas and seeking truth. The gift of doubt in a community means treating doubts not as a weakness or a threat, but as something valuable that strengthens the whole. At its core, it is the willingness to question ideas, choices, and assumptions without attacking the people behind them. When a community embraces doubt in this way, a few very important things begin to happen. Number one, doubt forces people to re-examine evidence, consider alternatives, and avoid blind spots. Instead of going along with the loudest voice or the status quo, the group becomes more thoughtful and less prone to mistakes. Number two, healthy doubt creates space for disagreement, which keeps the group intellectually honest. Number three, when people feel safe to question things, it signals that the community values truth over ego. That builds deeper and more resilient trust. And lastly, number four, doubt keeps a community from becoming rigid. It encourages learning, adaptation, and improvement over time. For the gift to matter, however, doubt has to be offered constructively. If it turns into cynicism or constant negativity or bad faith criticism, it can fracture a community instead of strengthening it. So the bottom line is that the gift of doubt is really about questioning with respect, challenging with curiosity, and disagreeing in a way that ultimately assists the whole community to become wiser and stronger. Creating that space takes intention. It doesn't happen automatically just because people are allowed to question things. A few principles that tend to work in practice can include, number one, make it a shared norm that questioning an idea is not a personal attack. It is not a personal attack. This requires responding to criticism without defensiveness, and also that we frame doubts around the idea itself rather than the person. So one would say, what evidence supports this? While the other one says, you're wrong. Feel the difference in that? Make it a shared norm that questioning an idea is not a personal attack. Number two, the invitation is to anchor doubt in curiosity, not ego. The tone matters as much as the content. I'm sure you've all experienced that before. The tone matters as much as the content. Doubt that comes from curiosity invites discussion. Doubt that comes from a need to win or to undermine shuts it down. Number three, set boundaries against bad faith criticism. Not all doubt is constructive. If someone is constantly dismissive, vague, or intentionally disruptive, it's reasonable to call that out. A healthy community protects space for genuine questioning by limiting behavior that derails it. Number four, encourage evidence and reasoning. Doubt becomes productive when it pushes towards clarity. Without that, discussions can spiral into endless opinion clashes. Even simple habits like asking what makes you think that helps keep things grounded. Number 4, normalize changing your mind. When leaders or respected members openly revise their views, it signals that updating your thinking is a strength and not a weakness. Number 6, create the right timing and space. Not every moment is ideal for open-ended doubt. For example, during execution, too much questioning can stall progress. And lastly, number 7, keep a shared purpose in view. Doubt works best when everyone is aligned on why they are questioning things. If the goal is clearly about improving outcomes or understanding the truth, then disagreements feel less like conflict and more like collaboration. So the invitation today is to lean into our collective doubt, to embrace it as an opportunity to dive deeper into the most pressing questions that we face today, to allow our collective doubt to provide the motivation and the focus needed to understand, explore, and support new ideas, and to grow both individually and collectively. For me, when we carry our collective doubts together, we are moving forward. We are moving closer to a world that actually does work for all. And for that, I am grateful. And so it is. And so it is. So I invite everyone to turn within for a moment as I speak a word for each of us today, truly knowing that as I close my outer eyes, turning away from the world of form, turning away from all that is going on in the world today, and allowing myself to turn my attention to the center of my being, to that space and place that I call God, that is the very energy of unconditional love, of peace that passes all understanding, of boundless joy, of wisdom, creativity, understanding, clarity, divine right action. We have within us everything that we need to live a life that we love, to get along with others, to create a world that works for all. We have that within us. There are times when we are filled with doubt, when questions arise, when we are not sure, when we know beyond a shadow of a doubt that we do not know everything that there is to know. And yes, we can sit with that all on our own, or we can collectively carry that doubt, knowing that we are not the only ones that feel it. That kind of doubt is a universal experience that each and every single one of us on the planet has those feelings from time to time. Or maybe even more than from time to time, but whatever it is, if we share it, we can bring it up into the light. When we can name it, we bring it up into the light to be healed, to allow us to find a way to come together, to move beyond it, to use it to shift our societies, to shift the questions that we have, and to transform what is going on. We can't just move things around and expect anything to be different. We need to bring up what is confusing, what is causing doubt, and to allow it to change us. in really wonderful and magnificent ways, and we can do that together when we are unafraid to share the doubt that we are feeling. And when we do so, we recognize that we're not the only one. I'm so grateful to know this truth, so grateful to speak these words, so grateful for the power of prayer, knowing that these words are loosed into a law that only ever says yes, that my words are clothed in form, even as they are spoken. And so I speak them and release them into that law, letting go and letting God be God. I invite everyone to anchor this prayer for themselves, for each other, for our community, and for the world, simply by saying, and so it is. And so it is. Amen. It is now time for our conscious giving. The Triangle Center for Spiritual Living is sustained by the giving of our time, talent, and treasure. And this is the time every week when we offer financial support to assist this community to continue to be a beacon of light and love for ourselves and others. Together, we affirm the truth that this offering lifts this spiritual community, prospers the one giving, and contributes to the energy of sufficiency on the planet. There are several ways that you can give, and they are here on your screen. You can visit our website at trianglecsl.org. You can text the word give using the following number, 919-629-9148, or you can mail your gift to our office at PO Box 4062, Cary, North Carolina 27519. I invite everyone to turn within for another moment while I speak a word of blessing on this offering, knowing that the process itself is an opportunity to stand in an expanded view of all of the ways that we are abundant, and to focus our attention on all of that abundance by practicing, sharing, and giving. That by recognizing our good and being willing to give some of it away, we enter into the law of circulation and participate in the powerful flow of the universe. I know that as each of us enters into this eternal flow of giving and receiving, that the gift we give comes back to us, the blessing and the blessed are one. Thank you all so very much for your gift, and I thank God for the gift of each and every single one of you. And so it is. And now, please, speaking of gifts, please welcome back to his piano the amazing Sandy Hemingway.
Thank you, Dusty. This is a Daniel Nabot song, and it's one of my favorites because it reminds us that though we are sometimes not vulnerable enough to share it, we do share some of the same doubts. It's called Just Like Me. You had to be strong so long you don't remember who you are. But when I see you, I see myself too. I know the child in your heart. You're only human, like me. You're lonely sometimes, like me. You're longing for love like me. Just like me. I know the ones who again and heal the heart of that child. So small. You're only human like me. You're lonely sometimes like me. You're longing for love like me. You're just like me. We cry for a safe place, a quiet space to be, where a soul shows its true face. Love rides free. You're only human like me. You're lonely sometimes like me. You're longing for love like me. You're just like me. I understand. You're just like
Thank you, Sandy. So important to remember, despite what society says, we are more alike than we are different. And opening up to that truth is always a wonderful reminder. Thank you so much for sharing that. And now, in the comfort of your own home, I'd like you to either sit up straight, stand up, or whatever to wake yourself up. And together we will do, actually, Barbara Kane and I will do today's affirmation. I'll read it and Barbara will make the response. I affirm that doubt is not something that sets me apart from others, but something that places me squarely among them.
I affirm that doubt is not something that sets me apart from others, but something that places me squarely among them.
Therefore, I vow to share my doubts with others and to listen to theirs with deep reverence.
Therefore, I vow to share my doubts with others and to listen to others with deep reverence.
I understand that while collective doubt tends to feel more disruptive, it is actually a powerful force for community growth and transformation.
I understand that while collective doubt tends to feel more disruptive, it's actually a powerful force for community growth and transformation.
Therefore, I vow to participate in conversations about our collective doubt from a space of curiosity and respect.
Therefore, I vow to participate in conversations about our collective doubt from a space of curiosity and respect.
I declare that collective doubt is an opportunity to dive deeper into the most pressing questions that we face today.
I declare that collective doubt is an opportunity to dive deeper into the most pressing questions that we face today.
Therefore, I vow to embrace it fully and do what I can to create a world that works for all.
Therefore, I vow to embrace it fully and do what I can to create a world that works for all.
And so it is.
And so it is.
And if you're standing, you can sit. And I invite you to just close your eyes as I say a word of benediction on our amazing service today. God is like Sandy's shared umbrella. It protects us and at the same time allows us to see and hear and feel what is going on around us. God provides that safe space to open our hearts to our doubts, to share our questions with others. Doubt helps us stay open to how God is trying to gently nudge us to a greater understanding of truth. I know that this umbrella of love and safety is always available to me, especially in community where we can share our doubt, our truth. All I need to do is step into that space. And as this is true for me, I know it is true for every single sentient being. And when we're a part of community that is also seeking truth, it makes the journey deeper. I'm so thankful to know that this is the way that God helps us stay open to new ideas through doubt, through questioning in a safe space. I thank all who have been a part of this service, Heather Abbott, Barbara Kane, Reb Dusty, Sandy Hemingway, and myself, and all of you in this amazing community. So staying curious, staying grateful, and staying open to new ideas, I release all of this and ask you to say with me, and so it is.
And so it is, and so it is. I echo Marianne's gratitude to everyone that participated in the service, and that includes each and every single one of you. Have a really, really amazing week. Don't forget about that email to info@trianglecsl.org and let us know that which dates you are going to be participating in sacred service. Good morning. Here we have a few people coming across. Good morning from Rebecca. Amy. Good to see you, Amy. Diane, the Carnses are in the house. Renata, thank you for being here, Renata. Wonderful. And the Krupas. Good morning to the Krupas. Thank you. Another one from Amy. Awakening Photography. Kyle, good morning. Good to have you. And the Floundries, thank you so very much, all of y'all for being here, for supporting us. Karen, welcome. Thank you, everybody. Have an amazing week. Remember that I love you, and we'll see you soon. Take care.